Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Masters of the Universe Tuesday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the Masters of the Universe Masterverse New Eternia Deluxe Whiplash. Let's get into it! Let's start things off with a look at the packaging. And up here at the top, 30 points of articulation and a barcode. On the top flap, Masterverse. And then that nice Masterverse deco, packaging deco at least, that we have become accustomed to. And it's not that it has to grow on me, but it's there and I like it. And I'm afraid they're probably going to change it soon. I think I did see some new packaging where they did change it, but I'm not sure. 6 and up. Masters of the Universe, New Eternia Whiplash. Nice big window showcasing the figure and all of his accessories. And look there, his tail. He's gonna smack you with that. On the bottom, there's how you put his tail together. With the rest of him, I guess. A barcode, a question mark, some other symbols I'm not gonna learn. Small fine legalese, made in Vietnam print. MattelShop.com print. Contents, 1 figure, accessories. On this side, Whiplash, tail thrashing warrior. And on this side, some nice artwork of Whiplash. Very classic looking there. And then, on the back, Masters of the Universe New Eternia original designs inspired by classic concepts. Whiplash, it says there. Tail thrashing warrior. The chaotic cataclysm that shattered New Eternia ripped open a portal to a terrifying dimension known as the Demon Zone, home of the powerful reptilian race, the Caligar, and their leader Whiplash. The merciless brute conquers New Eternia island by island as he crushes all who stand in his way with the savage power of his thick-hided tail. That's pretty cool. And then here we have some nice artwork depicting him in his New Eternia getup. Here's the cross-sale Merman, Grizzlord, Buzz-Off, and Faker. Also available, each sold separately, subject to availability, custom decoration may vary. Also, in the Masters of the Universe playlist, so all those are available to watch. Mattel, empowering the next generation through play. That, my friends, is a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and his accessories. And here we have handy dandy tweezers to help us take a look at the accessories. And here we have, he comes with an extra set of hands, or an alternate set of hands. They're on an in and out hinge. They're both fists, a left one and a right one. It does have some nice molded details in there, and a little bit of paint wash as well, to help those scaly details stand out. So there's that one, and then here's this one, and everything about the first one I said holds true for this one as well. Then here we have an axe. A little bit of a blemish here on it, but it does have some nice molded details in there on the blade where it's been used, and then on the handle some nice details as well. And it appears to be, I want to say it's molded in color, but I'm not sure because, well, at least the blade doesn't look swirly twirly. So it might be molded in silver plastic, and then this part has some paint on it. And next up, let's take a look at his spear. Very, very classic feeling and molded in color. You can see the swirly twirlies in there a little bit. Then we have the torch, and it's got some nice molded details in it as well. And it's hollowed down the middle. You can't really see, but it does. It pretty much goes down to about right here, hollow wise. And it looks to be molded in this color, and then this is a paint app, or yeah, that's what it looks like. Now it also comes with this flame effect, and I'm sure you could probably do other things with it besides this, but what it's made to do, or at least intended with this figure, is to just slide over the torch to, now it's a flaming torch. And then we have some of his new Eternia gear. Here is his helmet, and it looks to have some nice paint apps on it. It looks like this silver's a paint app, and it's molded in this color maybe, or it's molded in the silver plastic, and it has silver paint, and this is paint as well. So I like it. I think it looks pretty good. Then here is his harness or armor piece, and it's got some fur on here to, I guess, show that he wears like a piece of hide or fur or something under his armor to keep it from chafing, I suppose. And I'm guessing it's molded in this color, and then it's got these buttons or studs or whatever you want to call them are paint apps, and then around the edge here's paint apps, and then these straps are paint apps. But looking at the underside, could be all wrong, and it's all molded in this color, and then everything up here on the top is a paint app. So there is that distinct possibility, my friends. Now let's take a look at the figure himself. Beep. And I have to say, to me, the design of this one doesn't look original He-Man as much as it looks 2000-esque. But nonetheless, the face, the head sculpt is very, very nice. And it does, I mean, it's a Whiplash. You can, you know, you look at this and you can tell that that's who this guy is supposed to be. And he's got all kinds of nice little paint apps and washes and stuff all over that head sculpt. So it's very, very cool looking to me. And then here we have this piece. I want to say this is a new piece. I'm not going to 100% swear to it, but the abdomen piece is most likely reuse from Clawful, but I think this piece is new because not only is it this, but the upper part of the tail is molded onto it as well. Now this belt here with the armor pieces is part of the new Eternia getup, and under that he has the more classic stuff, and you can see up under there he's got the more classic belt under this. So if you wanted him to not have the new Eternia look, you can take this off as well, and it's just, you know, it pulls through like most Masters of the Universe stuff. And then all over the figure it seems to be, or at least on the arms and the legs, there's a good bit of wash to bring out that scaly detail there. And even here on the legs, on the lower portion of the legs, it looks like there's a wash as well to help bring out that detail. So at least right here, not further down the foot, it doesn't look like. But I take it back because I'm seeing some there in the foot as well. So wash or dry brush, could be either one. And then this part of the tail comes separate in the package, and you just plug it in. It has a post on it and a plug in here, and you just plug it in. And there might be a wash on here. I can't really tell. It's hard to tell, at least. But anyway, right here is where it separates, and it will rotate. And there, it's like a bendy, at least part of it is bendy. It would have been nice if all of it had a little bit more flex than that in it, but it doesn't. So there's that. Let's take a look at his articulation. And he can look up that far. He can look straight ahead for the most part. He's got some chicken neck if you tilt his head back just a little bit. He's got Tilty McTilt in there. He can do the full Exorcist. At the shoulder, he doesn't quite make it to 90 degrees. Raising it up, and then a 360 degree rotation at the shoulder as well. Cut here at the upper bicep. That also gives you a 360 degree rotation. Double hinged pinless elbow, and it gives you that much bend. 360 degree rotation at the wrist on an in and out hinge, and in and out hinge on the other side as well. Now there's a cut here where the chest and abdomen meet, and that gives him some hula. He can lean left and he can lean right. Think about baseball, lean all night. So he can lean back about that far and forward about that far. And it does, I think, yes, it will also give you, very difficult to get it, but it will give you a full 360 degree rotation there as well. And there's also a cut at the waist for 360 degrees worth of rotation. At the hips, he can give you that much of the splits. And his legs are bent, they're made to be that way, so he can kick forward that far. That would be great if his leg went straight out. Oh wow, pretty far back too. Then there is a cut here at the upper thigh for another 360 degree rotation. Double hinged pinless knee. And it will give you that much bend. Then there's a cut down in here where you can't see it, and it does give you a rotation of 360 degrees there. As well, at the ankles, tilts down that far, tilts up that far, and forward facing pin for Rocky Rocky Rocker. Now, as far as his armor and stuff go, I didn't unstrap it all the way. I just unstrapped one side of it, and there I go dropping stuff. So anyway, I popped his head off to get it off, so maybe I'll be able to get it back on the same way. That is, if I can wring his arm. There we go. So there's that. Try to get over that neck post. Hey, we did it! Yay! And then, just like most other Masters of the Universe armor pieces or harnesses, whatever however you like to refer to them. You know, it just pulls tight through there. And then we can pop his head back on. And then his helmet. It just sits on his head like that. And then as far as storage, there is no storage for his weapons. He just has to hold them in his hand. And there we have, my friends, New Eternia Deluxe Whiplash and his accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have the Masters of the Universe Masterverse New Eternia Whiplash with the new Eternia Too Bad and the new Eternia Clawful. For our final set of comparisons, here we have the Masters of the Universe Masterverse New Eternia Deluxe Whiplash with, from the Marvel Legends series, making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee. From G.I. Joe Classified series, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander. From Star Wars The Black series, the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper. And for our final Masterverse comparison, the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final thoughts on the Masters of the Universe Masterverse New Eternia Deluxe Whiplash, I have to say the figure looks good, and the spear is a straight throwback to the original figure. The color scheme is a direct throwback to the original figure. The new Eternia pieces, like the helmet and the harness, don't really say Whiplash to me. It's more like he's one of the guards that were in Subternia in the Filmation show. At least that's the way I remember it. I haven't seen it in a number of years, so I could be completely mistaken. But I do remember that there was a king who lived where Whiplash lived, and Whiplash was kind of the bad seed, the outcast. He wasn't part of the tribe because he was always causing trouble. And the guards that worked for that ruler is what this, with the harness and the helmet, that's what this reminds me of. And it's more Whiplashy without those pieces, and that may be the way that I display him. I like the fact that they give it, well, at least a partially bendy tail. It's not completely flexible all the way, but you can get a little bit of a pose out of it. The bend in his legs, I'm not real happy about. I wish he could stand up a little bit straighter than that. And that's really all I have to say about that part. Now, the sculpt itself is wonderful. The washes look great on it, and especially the face. They put a lot of detail into that area of this figure. And And the fact that he comes with a torch with a removable flame, at first I thought it was molded together until I got to looking at it and found it came apart. And I think that was really cool. I like that. And I can maybe use that with some other stuff as well. So I think that's a nice piece. The axe it's kind of plain, but that's okay too. He's from an underground civilization that aren't dwarves. So maybe they make a little bit more crude weapons, as well as, you know, the spear is a little bit fancy looking, I guess. But he could have gotten that somewhere else. Well, that does it for the review. I hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews or just help the channel out further. Or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.